Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback. I am your host, Ryan Oliver. Today, I am joined by 2026 quarterback, Brodie McWhorter. Brodie, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, Brodie, well, it's a pleasure. You've been a Youth One member for a couple of years now. I did your scouting report maybe a year ago at this point, and the thing that always stood out to me was your comfort in the pocket and your ability to throw the ball down the field. Tell me about your strengths on the football field, and is throwing the deep ball and throwing the ball in general one of the strengths you believe you have?
It is one of the strengths I believe I have. But another strength that I believe I have is being a coach on the field because I got to figure out where everyone's supposed to be, everybody's assignments, and just.
Yeah. Would you say that like leadership is a trait that you have on the field? And tell me a little bit about what your leadership style might entail.
My leadership style is to push teammates to be the best they can be.
Yeah, and would you consider yourself kind of like a coach on the field? You know what I mean? Like kind of leading the way for your guys when, the coach isn't actually out there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Brodie, tell me a little bit about the progress you feel like you've made in your game recently, like maybe over the offseason. I know you're entering your eighth grade season now. Tell me a little bit about that progress you feel like you made and what people that might see you play could expect when they see you out in the field.
The progress I made is I cut my 40 down by 3/10 of a second. So it went from a 5.3 to a 5 flat. And I've been working on my quickness so I can run when I need to.
Awesome, Brodie. Well, tell me a little bit about some camps and events maybe that you participated in the off season. I know you're doing lots of different things to work on your game. Tell me a little bit about maybe some camps and stuff, but also maybe some training that you do to work on your quarterback skills.
So I went to 6 different camps this summer. I went to Tennessee, Clemson, LSU, Furman, South Carolina, and one more, but I can't. Oh, it was the Southern Exposure football camp that I
Okay.
got invited to.
Yeah.
But one thing I think that I worked on this summer to get better at was my quickness and my RPO game because that's what my high school runs. So
Yeah, that's awesome. What is a week look like for you in terms of like the training that you put in during the off season? Are you like doing drills and stuff like that and kind of your downtime? What does that look like for you during the off season?
So during the off season, every weekend, I go train with quarterback coach Ronville, and he gets me right for the best drills, what I need to do. And then during the week, every night, I do speed and agility to work on my quickness.
Yeah, and one thing that I've noticed maybe over the past year is that you've kind of been more talked about as a rising quarterback in the 2026 class. Have you felt like there's been maybe more of a spotlight growing on your game? And if so, what does it feel like to kind of see things kind of stirring up for you as a quarterback on the rise?
I do feel like more people have been noticing me, but I like it because it motivates me to do better because some people come and watch me, so that pushes me to be the best player I can be.
Yeah, and one thing that's always cool is to see like young talented athletes that maybe don't have the spotlight initially, and then as their game keeps evolving and people kind of start to understand their abilities. And one thing about you is when I first watched your film, I was impressed with your poise. That's something I always look at in young quarterbacks. Is obviously you want to see the ability to throw the ball and accuracy and arm strength and all that, of course, is important. But it's really about poise and leadership on the field. And I feel like you have those things and you have good mobility. Tell me a little bit about your comfort just playing the quarterback position. Like, how long have you been playing the position? And do you feel like that you have a lot of poise back there?
I've been playing quarterback since I was 4,
Wow.
and I really do think I have the back there.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I can see. So your eighth grade season, I believe it's already begun. I know you're at least practicing. Tell me a little bit about what you're most excited about in regards to your eighth grade season.
The most excited about is last year at my old school, we placed fourth in the region. So I wanted to come to a new school that had better talent and that actually worked hard And they were supposed to win the league championship. So that made me feel like I needed to push myself and help my other teammates push themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brodie, tell people one where you're from and the team that you're playing for this year.
I'm from Kingston, Georgia, and I'm playing for the Cass Middle School, the Cass Colonels.
Okay, that's awesome. Also, Brodie, how tall are you now? I think the last time I looked at your profile, you were about 5'9". How tall are you now? How much do you weigh?
I'm 6 feet tall, and I weigh 160.
Okay, wow, that's impressive for an eighth grade quarterback. That's awesome, Brodie. As we wrap things up, tell me a little bit about what you're most focused on improving on. I'm sure you're gonna, everything is a focus when you're kind of an eighth grade quarterback, but is there something specific you can identify? Like, okay, I really want to work on this to take my games to the next level.
Yes, sir. So, like I said earlier, the thing that I'm focusing on as hard as any other thing right now is quickness with the footwork, and I'm working on my RPO game.
All right. Well, Brodie, I really appreciate your time. It is a pleasure to get to know more about you. I wish you the best in your eighth grade season. I look forward to keep following your journey from here,
Thank you.
man. Thank you for your time.